they never believed I would resign. I think it's something which people don't do always in the country. The Honorable Raila Odinga is a very powerful political force in the country. Nobody can ignore him. No president has been able to rule this country without peace from him. I called the Prime Minister actually. Then he told me call him. I called him.
Yes.
And surprisingly, he said, "Habari kijana yangu."
So this confirms that Raila Odinga is not a person who keeps a grudge. Before the final departure from the office, you had two conversations, one with Junet, who paid you a visit to your home, and second Raila Odinga.
Yeah.
So let's start with the Junet. And what's the thing that they were worried about mostly in terms of you leaving the office?
No, I think from my understanding, Junet was someone whom I became a good friend to. I think I've explained in the book how I saved him when they wanted to get him out of the list, nominated list, of the party list. But he was a member of the committee which was set up to investigate IEBC, the joint committee, and so he was of course there, and I used to meet him there as we talk about our defense. Yes. But when he came to see me, I think he wanted to know whether I would agree to step down. They never thought I would agree to resign. They didn't know that I was actually talking to other people to give me a peace of mind. I will resign.
Yes.
So when I told him actually I want to resign, just give me peace and stop the witch hunt, he was shocked. He didn't know. They never believed I would resign. I think it's something which people don't do always in the country when you hold a very big job. So when he became now convinced that actually I want to resign, then he changed. He said, okay, from now on I will make sure that I'll talk to our party leaders and make sure that we also give you a dignified exit, which eventually happened.
And that was followed by the phone conversation with Raila Odinga while he was away in UK.
I didn't call him directly. I called somebody else.
Yes.
In the book I explained, a reverend from Kenya, Steve Mburu, who's my friend. And I wanted him to go to the hotel to get me an email from them to take it to the committee. And then he told me I'm actually driving my car and I'm carrying the Prime Minister. So he gave him his phone. That's why I talked to the Prime Minister. And it was it is a very good coincidence that I got him that day, that time, because we were actually going that morning to Parliament to go and defend ourselves.
And that call changed everything.
Yeah, everything, yes. Even he spoke to, I think later after that, the committee was led by Orengo and Kiraitu Murungi. So I think he spoke to Orengo and they told him, I have talked to Ahmed and we have agreed.
The commission was given 164 million.
Yes. Yeah, the total package.
The total package, but although you learned this later on, President Uhuru Kenyatta said, give him whatever he asked for.
Yes.
And you did not ask for much.
No, I did not. I didn't want anything. I mean, I just wanted to get my name cleared, not to be. I was just tired of the witch hunt. I mean, every morning waking up and people just trying to put blame on you.
Yes.
You reach a point when you are mentally exhausted. You become I just want out. So I had reached that level, and getting they were paying us for the remainder of our term, 11 months, together with the gratuity and some gratia. So it's a good package actually, and I didn't want it to look like we were holding the government or the country hostage by demanding for a lot of money. Of course, we could have asked for more if we wanted, and be very difficult and refuse to resign.
Yes. I want to quote something that you put down on your diary on 3rd August 2016. You say the 3rd of August 2016 marked a dark day for the future of IEBC as an independent institution. The political class raped the infant constitution in its own house, that is the constitutional Bedovilla, with the consent of the owner of the house, public, the security guards, media, and civil society. So during those days, you made clear to the committee and also some members from the treasury that
yes,
it is the government that failed to protect
the public service,
the public
servant, yeah.
And you also blame the media, where you term them security guards, the media, the civil society, yes, and also the public. Why do you think that all these people, the government, the public, media, and civil society, do not stand up for the public service or for independent institutions? Yes.
Because you have to understand something, that Honorable Raila Odinga is a very powerful political force in the country. Nobody can ignore him. No president has been able to rule this country without peace from him. That, I think, is very clear to everybody in the country. And I think if you are pitted against him,
yes,
you are bound to lose. And we are pitted against him. So all those you have mentioned,
yes,
they saw that point. And they had to make sure that we get out without necessarily taking the country down with us.
In 2018, after the handshake he made with President Uhuru Kenyatta, you also asked for a handshake with him.
Yes.
And it happened.
No, actually, we didn't shake hands.
Okay.
The handshake between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta in March,
yes,
2018, we left office because of the protest on Mondays. Okay.
Yes.
It was all linked to us declaring Uhuru as the president. So when I met with Junet, I told him, you know, this handshake which he has done with the president,
yes,
we should also it should come around,
yes,
to us, because we are the ones who declared Uhuru the president in 2013. And I called the Prime Minister actually. Then he told me call him. I called him.
yes,
and surprisingly he said Habari Kijanangu, which surprised me because I thought he was still angry with us, but no. And he said, okay, I told him we need to come and have a handshake. And he agreed. He said, come to my office in Capitol Hill. Then I called the other commissioners to come and we have a meeting.
Yes.
And I told him, no, I want us to go and see the Prime Minister and shake hands. So some of them agreed, but majority said no, they will not.
So this confirms that Raila Odinga is not a person who keeps a grudge.
No, that's why, I mean, in the book I explained.
You said
that for him,
a magnanimous person.
He went, he moved on, and he did not hold any grudge.
Yes.
I think for him at that time, he was unhappy with me for that election, and he moved on.
During the Monday Frimbis,
yes,
some of the people, they were telling you, go back to Somalia. And then actually the current president of the Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, who was then serving his first term, said, is this Ahmed a Kenyan or a Somali? And then he said, they are ready to accept you. How did that make you feel? Your fellow Kenyans are asking you to go to Somalia, and then the Somalis, they are asking you, we are ready, come to us.
Well, I mean, I've never been to Mogadishu before, and I guess even you, Suleiman, now, as a Kenyan Somali, you know what I mean when I say that there is sometimes Somaliphobia,
yes,
creeps into the political conversation in Kenya. When and you see it on Twitter or on social media, something happens, and then, for example, like you will see, for example, like now, yes, Adambara Duale is being touted to be a possible deputy president, and you will see a lot of comments about Somaliphobia coming in. So there is this element that comes in that you are not really a Kenyan, you belong somewhere else, and that, I think, is used to demean you as an insult to the individual. So that time, they were carrying two placards. One, of course, that we are corrupt, we have been paid, and the other was dead or alive, Issack Hassan wanted, and then go back to Mogadishu. But it was a very bad episode for me.
Yes.
And but the bigger point is,
yes,
Kenyan Somalis are as Kenyan as any other community, and I think it's very unfair to always tag us with Somalia. Yeah.